In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the new Facecam from the Motion Essentials pack. So the new Facecam is basically just Facecam that animates in, animates out. You can do whatever you like with it. You can stylize it. You can do whatever you want pretty much. You can find it under the effects and under new edit. Then we can just take Facecam and add it to our Facecam here. So from the first frame, you can see there's nothing happening because this is where the animation starts. So as you can see, we get this really smooth animation down. And the first controls we can see in the top, camera shape, where you can easily change shape of the camera. So if you want it to be a rectangle, do that. Just the width a little bit and decrease or increase the corner radius. And we can choose the padding, and we can choose the padding. So basically, how far is it from any of the edge? I'll adjust the corner radius to 0.5 for now, and I like the width quite a bit. You can also do square if you want to, or circle. So the end size is basically the end camera size. So this is just how big the camera is. For now, I'll just leave it at this size. I think that's pretty suitable for this kind of screen recording. Then you can see we have pivot here. This is just where it's placed on screen. So we can also use quick pivot presets. We can see here to easily place it around the screen in the most popular position. Or we can click on this drop down here, then choose fusion overlay, and then we can just take this crosshair and then we can place it wherever we want, or do it manually on the end pivot. The switch to multi button is basically to place it on another place. So let's say I'm talking now, but my mouse cursor is behind my Facecam because I'm showing something. Then I can just make a simple cut here, and then I can just press on. Then I can simply press on switch to multi. Then I can make a cut and then to multi. Then it will basically copy these settings here to the dark controls, and I can move it to a different place. So for now, I'll just place it in bottom left, and then you can see it animates down. Now let's say I'm blocking something down here. Then we can just slide it over here. So make another cut, then press on mid, and then do bottom right. Then it will slide over there. And let's say I want to end the animation now. Just take another cut, then make it a little bit shorter, and then we can just do out. So as you can see, if we take a look at the whole sequence, it slides down, over, and it becomes big like that. So that's pretty cool. For now, I won't be using this, so I'll just increase the end and reset to standard. Then it will just zoom back out at the end. So this switch to multi, you'll only really use that if you want to move the camera. If you aren't going to move the camera, don't use the switch to multi. Then you can just the new animation to choose if you want to animate out or in. I'll show that a little bit later. For now, I'll just show you how you can use the reposition. So this is just to reposition yourself inside of the camera or the subject, and then you can just make yourself a little bit bigger and try and censor a little bit more. And let's say you are talking and you're looking at this direction over here, but all of the things that's happening on the screen is over here. Then you can just press on flip to flip the camera, and now you're suddenly looking on the things that are happening, which looks a little bit more professional. For now, I'll just close the reposition. I think it looks pretty good. So now we can stylize it if we want to. We can add a little drop shadow where we can change strength of it, and if we want to, we can also add an outline, which we also can change size of, and the color. So if we wanted to make it a blue color, do that, and change the blend of it. And now let's just go ahead and take a look at the new element, which is where all of the animation is happening. So what we can choose in the new animation is we want in animation, want out animation, or if we want both. So for now, let's say I just want the in, just disable this, and we won't get it out. We can also get an out animation like this, but not an in, but I want to do both. But let's say you have a lot of cuts in your clip, you will of course need to remove this and then just make your cuts like this, and then you're just going to go to your first clip and do in, and then of course you will need to leave the animation for in and out away from the other one. So this is in and this one is out, if that makes sense. For now, let's just say we have one long clip like that. So what we can do in here is we can change the length of the animation, and all of this is in seconds. So if we want to make the animation a little bit longer, make it 2 seconds if we want to. We can get this really slow animation, also make it 0.5, then we will get a really fast animation like that. Then we can add some offset. So this is just delaying the animation, and this is also in seconds. So if we want to delay the animation in 1 second, we can just do that, this, and then the animation happen after 1 second. The exact same for the out, so length of the out animation like this. And if we want the animation to out a little earlier, we can just make this 1, then the animation will be done 1 second before the clip finished. Then we change easing, so we change the animation curve of it. I won't go too much into detail, but you can change it like this, or you can add a custom curve by dragging the points here. You will get your own curve that you like. Then you can of course add some motion blur to make the animation a little bit more smooth. And what's really cool, as you can see, when the motion motion blur is, so what's really cool is when the clip is not animating, we won't be using any computer power on motion blur. Usually motion blur is rendering all the time whether it animates or not, and it's pretty render heavy. But by using this smart motion blur, it will only render when the animation is actually happening here. So that's really cool. So this was pretty much how you can use the new Facecam. If you got any questions about it, just leave them down below. And also, if you haven't got the Motion Essentials pack yet, you can also find that in the link down below. Have a great day out there, and I'll see you in the next video.